नेक्स्ट हेडिंग देखो बेटा। ड्यूअल नेचर ऑफ मैटर। ड्यूअल नेचर ऑफ मैटर। इसके अंदर फर्स्ट विल ट्राई टू टॉक अबाउट योर डी ब्रोगली वेवलेंथ। डी ब्रोगली हाइपोथेसिस और वेवलेंथ वेरी फेमस है, रेगुलर क्वेश्चन बनता है नीट और जेई मेंस वगैरह के लिए। फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला देखो बेटा। पर ऑल द रिलेटिविस्टिक पार्टिकल, पर relativistic particles, energy is given by the formula E is equals to under root of your P into C whole square plus m naught into C square whole square. This is the energy for all the relativistic particles. Okay. So what is energy, beta? Energy of all the relativistic particles is being given by the formula E is equals to your under root of your Pc whole square plus m naught is C square into your C. What is the P anyone better here? P is your momentum of the particle. P is equals to momentum of particle. Momentum of the particle. C is equals to speed of your light. Okay. And m naught is your rest mass of particle. Rest mass of the particle. Okay. Now see, if I'm talking about for the photon, for photon, okay, what will be the rest mass of the photon, beta? Anyone? Rest mass of the photon is equals to 0. So energy of the photon क्या बनेगी? EP is equals to under root of your PC whole square plus of your 0 square. That means PC, energy of the photon, will be equal to P into C. This is the energy of the photon. Okay. Energy of the photon can also be written like this. Energy of the photon is equals to momentum means m into v. V is nothing but here C into C. So energy of your photon is equals to m into C square. I can even write like this. Clear? So mass of the photon will be equal to how much per meter? M is equals to energy of the photon divided by C square. That means mass is directly proportional to energy of the particle. That means as the mass increases, energy of the particle is also increasing. Am I clear? Am I clear? So can I say that
Yes,
mass
sir.
is a form of your energy? So from this one, I can say that mass is a form of energy. Is the form of your energy. This is the important point you need to remember. Clear? So energy of the photon is P into C. Our energy of the photon is m into C square. Mass of the photon is energy of the photon divided by C square. And mass of the photon is directly proportional to the energy of your photon. Now, see, first to simplify this one, we can write here as energy is equals to P into C. So can I say that momentum is equals to energy divided by C? Energy is equal to how much beta? Hc divided by your lambda into C. This way the C gets cancelled. So momentum is equals to H divided by lambda. So here this wavelength is called as what? Wavelength of your photon. So wavelength of the photon is equals to H divided by P. This wavelength of the photon is known as what? De Broglie wavelength. De Broglie wavelength. Okay, very important formula. De Broglie wavelength is given by the formula lambda is equals to H divided by P. Generally, we get a lot number of questions based on this one. Okay, now see here in work per energy, you know that kinetic energy is given by the formula. Kinetic energy is equals to half into m into v square. Divide and multiply by the mass. So we'll be getting this one as m square v square divided by 2 into m. M into v is nothing but momentum beta. So it is p square divided by 2m. That means momentum will be equal to under root of your 2m into your kinetic energy. Okay. And you know that maximum kinetic energy of the photon is given by the formula. Kinetic energy is equals to charge into potential. Kinetic energy is also equal to what? Charge into potential. That means momentum can also be written as P is equals to under root of your 2m into kinetic energy can be written in terms of charge into V. This is also one of the form of your momentum. V is nothing but what for me? Potential. Q is nothing but charge. M is nothing but of your mass. Is that it? So can I write the de Broglie wavelength better? So now see for matter waves, de Broglie wavelength is given by the formula lambda is equals to h divided by p. Or that is equals to your h divided by momentum is m into v. Or that is equals to your h divided by momentum is also written as under root of your 2m into your kinetic energy. And that is also equal to your h divided by under root of your 2m into charge into your potential. Okay, so these are the different forms of your de Broglie wavelength. Clear? So de Broglie wavelength is given by the formula lambda is equals to h by p, lambda is equals to h by m into v, or lambda is equals to under root of 2m into kinetic energy, or lambda is equals to h divided by under root of your m into q into your v. Am I clear? Now see, if I'm talking about for electron, these are the formulas which should be committed to your memory better. So for the electron, if I'm talking about wavelength of the electron is equals to, if I'm talking about the wavelength, mass of the electron, momentum of the photon, if I simplify it in terms of your potential, that will be equal to under root of your 150 divided by root v. Unit is angstrom. Or this value is also equal to root 150 value is approximately 12.27 divided by this is root of your v angstrom. Or this value will be equal to 1.227 divided by root of v and unit will be equal to nanometer. Am I clear? Okay, so this will be the de Broglie wavelength for your electron. Clear? The same way. Now if I'm talking about for proton, if I'm talking about for proton, okay, for proton beta, de Broglie wavelength of your proton is equals to 0.286 divided by root of your v angstroms. Okay, very important formula. De Broglie wavelength for the proton in terms of your potential. V is right now for me what beta? Potential. In the same way, for deuteron, if I'm talking about, याद है किसी को? For deuteron, wavelength of the deuteron will be de Broglie wavelength of the deuteron will be equal to 0.202 divided by root of your v angstroms. This is your de Broglie wavelength for your deuteron. Clear? No. For alpha particle, can anyone tell me what is an alpha particle, beta? 2He4 helium, isn't it? 2He4 is your helium particle. That is nothing but of your alpha particle. For alpha particle, if I'm writing the de Broglie wavelength for alpha particle is equals to 0.101 divided by root of your v. Unit is again angstroms. See, deuteron and alpha particle are same. 202, 101. Like that, you need to remember that one. Okay. Now see, in terms of electric field, in terms of electric field, very important bit. De Broglie wavelength in terms of electric field, very important. In terms of electric field, de Broglie wavelength, if I'm writing, lambda will be equal to your h divided by m into v. If I use the kinematic equation, this is h divided by this is m. Velocity is equals to first equation of kinematic, v is equals to u plus of your at. That is equals to your h divided by this is mass of the particle into u plus acceleration will be. You know that force on the electric field is given by the formula F is equals to E into Q. From Newton's second law, F is equals to ma, that is E into Q. So acceleration of the particle will be equal to EQ divided by m. So acceleration in terms of electric field, if I'm writing here, it is EQ divided by m multiplied by time. This will be the de Broglie wavelength. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that will be the de Broglie wavelength in terms of your electric field. In terms of magnetic field, याद है किसी? In terms of magnetic field, in terms of your magnetic field, the charge particle is moving like this is the magnetic field. Cross represents that magnetic field is into the paper. If a charge particle is projected in this one, it will be making a circular path like this. When a charge particle is making a circular path, the radius of this one is right now for me r. Force acting for this particle will be always towards the center. This will be equal to your F. This will be equal to your F. That will do in the magnetism better. Just now remember, force is given by the formula F is equals to BQV into sine theta. Theta is the angle between velocity of the particle and as well as of your magnetic field, 90 degrees. So theta is 90 degrees. So force will be equal to your BQ into V. As the particle is moving in a circular path, force will be equal to mv square divided by radius is equals to bq into v. This velocity and square will get cancelled. So m into v is equals to bq into r. M into v is what for me? Momentum. So de Broglie wavelength for your magnetic field is given by the formula lambda is equals to h divided by m into v. So that is equals to your h divided by m into v is bq into your r. So de Broglie wavelength of a charged particle in magnetic field is given by the formula lambda is equals to h divided by bq and r. That means de Broglie wavelength is inversely proportional to your radius. De Broglie wavelength is inversely proportional to magnetic field. De Broglie wavelength is inversely proportional to the charged particles. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. Now for gas particle,
Yes, sir.
now for gas particle, for gas particle, for the gas particle, beta, kinetic energy for the gas particle, kinetic theory of gases, kinetic energy will be equal to 3 by 2 times of your Boltzmann's constant into temperature. Did you remember this one? So de Broglie wavelength can be represented by the formula lambda is equals to your h divided by this will be under root of your this is 2m into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is 3 by 2 times of your Boltzmann's constant into temperature. 2 and 2 will get cancelled here. So de Broglie wavelength will be equal to how much for me? Lambda is equals to your h divided by under root of your 3m into kb into t. Kb is Boltzmann's constant. M is your mass of the number of molecules, mass of your molecule, and T is your temperature. Am I clear? If I simplify this relation, we'll be getting that lambda is equals to 25.6 divided by root of your M and root of your T. Very, very important formula. Capital M is your molecular weight or molar mass, you can say. Capital M is nothing but your what? Molar mass. And T is your absolute temperature. T is your absolute temperature. Clear? Am I clear? चलो फिर एक बार
Yes, sir.
Broglie wavelengths के relations क्या क्या थे basically for relativistic particle energy is equals to under root of pc whole square plus m naught c square into c square. ये एक्चुअली एनसीईआरटी में दे रखा है बेटा पर जेई मेंस के बच्चों के लिए भी पूछा था उसलिए लिख रहा हूँ वरना हम लोग नहीं बोलते थे p is the momentum of the particle c is the speed of the light m naught is the rest mass of the particle. For photon energy of the photon is given by the formula pc and mass is given by the energy of the photon divided by c square. So mass is directly proportional to energy of the photon. That means mass is a form of your energy. As E is equals to P, we are getting the momentum is equals to your H divided by lambda. Now kinetic energy, if I'm writing the simplification, we got the different forms of your kinetic energy that I'm substituting in the matter ways. So lambda is equals to H by P or H by mv or H by under root of 2m into kinetic energy or H by under root of 2m into charge particle into capital V. Capital V is your potential, stopping potential, or generally we can say as of your potential part. Clear? चलो ये पार्ट जरा आप याद रख लीजिए बेटा, छोटा सा इंपॉर्टेंट. देखो, here I'm taking your charge, and next here I'm taking it as of your mass. Okay, and here I'm taking your proton, and here deuteron, and here alpha particle. Okay, charge of the proton is 1, deuteron is 1, alpha particle is 2. Mass of the proton is 1, charge of mass of the deuteron is 2, mass of alpha particle is right now for me 4. Clear? बहुत ज्यादा यूजफुल है बेटा. ठीक है, हमें क्लियर? बॉक्स याद रखना है आप लोग को. Charge of the proton, charge of the deuteron, charge of your alpha particle. Now see, from this table can I say that mass of the alpha particle is greater than mass of your deuteron, and mass of your deuteron is greater than of your mass of your proton, and mass of the proton is greater than mass of your electron. The same way if I'm writing the de Broglie's wavelength better, wavelength of your alpha particle is lesser than de Broglie wavelength of the deuteron. De Broglie wavelength of the deuteron is lesser than proton, and that is lesser than of your electron, because lambda is equal to h by your m, inversely proportional, isn't it? So lambda is inversely proportional to the mass. Am I clear? This relation is very important.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the answers for this one better. First. Number one, first question. What is the ratio of mass of the proton divided by mass of alpha particle? Second one, mass of deuteron divided by mass of alpha particle. ये कितना होगा? Third particle, mass of the proton divided by mass of the deuteron कितना होगा? जल्दी जल्दी बताओ. Mass of alpha particle divided by mass of proton is how much? 1. Alpha particle is 4. 1 by 4. Mass of deuteron is 1. Mass of alpha particle is 2. Mass of proton is how much for me? 1. Mass of deuteron is how much for me? 2. Am I clear? चलो इसका आंसर
Yes.
बताइए. Ratio of charge of proton divided by charge of alpha particle. Fifth one, charge of deuteron divided by charge of alpha particle. And sixth one, charge of your proton divided by charge of your deuteron. Charge of your deuteron. तो कितना होगा बताओ जल्दी. Proton divided by alpha. Charge of proton is 1. Alpha particle.
1 by 1, sir.
Charge of alpha particle is 2, na?
2, yes, sir. 2.
Charge of deuteron is 1.
1 by 2.
Particle is 2. Charge of proton is 1.
1 by 1.
So equal to 1.
1.
Clear? चलो. Summary of the de Broglie wavelength formula बेटा एक बार लिख रहा हूँ देखो जल्दी से. Lambda is equals to h divided by p, that is equals to h divided by m into v, that is equals to h divided by under root of your 2m into your kinetic energy, that is equals to your h divided by under root of your 2m into charge into potential, that is equals to h divided by your q into b into r. Okay, now the first question. For same momentum, de Broglie wavelength, lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 will be equal to how much beta? 1 by 1. Isn't it? First formula I'm using. The same way. For same potential V, lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 will be equal to how much for me? M2 divided by M1. Second formula. use this one. First one is this one. Ratio में h cancel हो जाएगा, है कि नहीं? Third one, for same kinetic energy, lambda 1 by lambda 2, de Broglie wavelength, the first particle divided by second particle is under root of your m2 divided by m1. I'm using this formula. Isn't it? The same way, if I'm saying that for same potential, lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 is also equal to under root of your m2 into q2 divided by m1 into your q1. Clear? For same magnetic field, beta. For same magnetic field, de Broglie wavelength, the first particle divided by second particle is q2 r2 divided by q1 r1. Done?
Yes, sir.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Say this for it. Photon flux or photon density. Photon flux or photon density. इसका अंदर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या पूछेगा? हाउ डू यू कैलकुलेट द नंबर ऑफ फोटॉन emitted per second? Number of photons emitted per second. Number of photons emitted per second. Formula हो गया En is equals to power divided by energy. So power is P, energy is hc divided by lambda. That means this will be equal to P lambda divided by h into c. Okay, so what will be the formula? N is equals to P lambda divided by h into c. So number of photons emitted per second is given by the formula P lambda divided by h into c. Okay, now if I'm talking about photon flux, representing it by phi p, because flux we represented by letter pi. Flux is nothing but what right now for me? Number of photons. Flux means number of photons per second per unit area. Per second per unit area. मतलब क्या हो जाएगा फॉर्मूला? Flux will be equal to N divided by A. So N divided by A means 1 by A into this one is P lambda divided by H into C. And you know that what is intensity? Intensity is equals to power divided by area. So power divided by area can be taken as intensity. So photon flux is equals to I into lambda divided by H into C. So this will be the photon flux in terms of intensity, or in terms of your area, this will be the formula. Not clear? Sure. Next one, again very important. Photon density. Photon density. Density is represented by rho, so I'm writing it is by n. Photon density. Photon density is equals to flux divided by speed of light. That means this value will be equal to I into lambda divided by h, c into c. This will become for me c square. That will be the formula. Okay. Am I clear with this formulas? Photon flux is nothing but first point क्या बात कर रहे हैं हम लोग number of photons emitted per second निकालने का फॉर्मूला. Photon flux. So now what do you mean by photon flux? Number of photons per unit area. That is your I p into lambda divided by a into hc. P by a is nothing but intensity. So flux in terms of intensity is equals to I lambda divided by h into c. Photon flux is flux divided by speed of light. That is equals to I into lambda divided by h into c square. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Next जो पूछेगा very important, radiation force. Radiation force, or we can say pressure. Radiation force, or we can say pressure. Okay. अब इसमें जो body use करते हैं generally it will be a black body data because it absorbs all the light whichever has been incident on that one, and momentum is transferred to the body through that one whenever light is been incident. That means the body will experience for me what force. जैसा light suddenly आपके आंख पे पड़ जाए तो आप अपनी आंख बंद करोगे नहीं बंद करोगे. That means what momentum is been transferred. It is exerting the force. Now how do you calculate that force? Force is nothing but number of photons emitted per second multiplied by momentum change. F is equals to number of your photons per second multiplied by momentum change. Momentum change, that is your force. न्यूटन सेकंड कैसे लिखते थे याद है आपको? F is equals to dp by dt, isn't it? उसी तरह से F is equals to number of photons is given by the formula beta. What do you give the number of photons? P lambda divided by h into c multiplied by momentum change. Momentum is given by h divided by lambda. This lambda will get cancelled. H and H will get cancelled. So force will be equal to power divided by speed. F is equals to P divided by C. What is power? Power is equals to intensity into area. Okay. So that is your force. Okay. Now tell me what will be the radiation pressure? Anyone? Radiation pressure. If energy is incident and it is totally observed, then force on that one is given by the formula P by C. अब ज्यादा कहानी डेरिवेशंस में मत जाओ वरना वेरी ब्यूटीफुल चैप्टर है, लॉन्ग टर्म बच्चों के लिए हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में बोलते हैं, लेकिन फिलहाल तो हम लोग रिजल्ट से मतलब है. Force is given by the formula P divided by C. If it is perfectly reflecting reflecting body, F will be equal to 2P divided by C. This is observed only incident and there is no reflection. Now tell me what is the pressure? Pressure is equals to force divided by area. Force value already I got, P divided by C divided by A. That is equals to power divided by area is what? Intensity. So it is I divided by C. So pressure is equals to intensity divided by C. Here P is pressure, not momentum. Okay, P is your pressure. Clear? If surface is perfectly reflecting, then pressure will be perfectly
2I by C.
reflecting. Pressure will be equal to 2I divided by C. 2I divided by C. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure. So got an idea how to calculate the pressure and force beta? फोर्स का फॉर्मूला क्या है P डिवाइडेड बाय C फॉर परफेक्टली रिफ्लेक्टिंग बॉडी 2P डिवाइडेड बाय C and radiation pressure I by C for perfectly reflecting body it is your 2I divided by C. Clear? Now this is something very important. Please be little bit concentratedly सुने अब आंसर्स बोल दीजिए इसका. Projected area. इसको देखो. Now how to calculate the force and as well as of your pressure. मान के चलो मेरे पास एक सिलेंडर है. This is your cylinder. Okay. और इसका हो गया ये रेडियस R and height of this one is right now for me H. सिलेंडर को assume करो बेटा. ओके अब इस पे मैंने लाइट डाला है सर. दिस इज द लाइट विच इज बीन इंसिडेंट ऑन दिस. ओके आई नीड टू कैलकुलेट द फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन दिस वन. सो व्हाट विल बी द फोर्स. तो ऐसे वाले पे क्या करना है मालूम है. जो लाइट गिर रही है ना जो प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया है वो प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया निकालना है इसमें. यानी जब लाइट का सामने का एरिया अगर मैं देखूं राइट नाउ फॉर मी दिस इज समथिंग लाइक दिस. ये इसका प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया सामने का जिसपे लाइट दिख रही है. isn't it? तो इसका एरिया क्या होगा बताओ कोई. दिस एरिया विल बी इक्वल टू इट्स लेंथ इनटू इट्स ब्रेथ. isn't it? इसका लेंथ कितना है राइट नाउ फॉर मी. दिस इज योर h and this side पूरा ये कितना है बेटा r plus r. this will be equal to 2r.
2R.
so area will be equal to how much for me 2r into h. तो इस पे फोर्स अगर पूछ रहा है तो फोर्स का फॉर्मूला क्या है. फोर्स इज इक्वल्स टू p डिवाइडेड बाय c. व्हाट इज p. p is equals to I into a divided by c. यानी फोर्स will be equal to 2 area will be equal to 2r into h divided by c. that means the answer will be equal to how much for me. Intensity है ना बेटा. I to this one is right now for me intensity I. So force acting on this one will be equal to your how much for me I into 2r into h divided by speed of light. This will be the force. Clear? अब इस पे प्रेशर भी निकाल सकते हो अगर आपको प्रेशर निकालना है तो. है ना क्लियर. है ना क्लियर.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
चलो इसका आंसर
Yes,
बताइए.
sir.
अगर मैंने आपको एक स्पेरिकल बॉडी दे दिया ऐसा कुछ. ठीक है और इस पे लाइट गिर रही है इस तरह से. इसका पहले प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया निकालो. दिस इज इसका रेडियस r and this is totally having solid part inside. Okay, this is one. इसका प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया क्या होगा बेटा? ये दिस विल बी प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया यहाँ पर इतना. What will be the area of this one? A is equals to pi into r square. है कि नहीं? So what will be the force? Force is equals to P divided by C. Or that is equals to I. Area will be equal to pi r square divided by C. मान के चलो this is a black body. That means whatever light is been incident, it is totally absorbed. तो वैसे वाले केस में अगर फोर्स निकालना है तो फोर्स इज इक्वल्स टू पी डिवाइडेड बाय सी. पी इज नथिंग बट व्हाट फॉर मी? पावर. पावर इज इक्वल्स टू इंटेंसिटी इनटू एरिया. एरिया ऑफ दिस प्रोजेक्टेड विल बी एरिया विल बी इक्वल टू हाउ मच फॉर मी? पाई इनटू आर स्क्वायर. समझ लिया?
Yes, sir.
चलो. सो ये हो गया अपना फोर्स के फॉर्मूलेस. ये हो गया. ये हो गया इसका आंसर राइट. Clear? So dual nature or photoelectric effect, these are the formulas which you need to remember and start doing the numericals. इस पे हम लोग वर्किंग करेंगे बेटा. कल अगर हुआ तो आफ्टरनून में और अर्ली मॉर्निंग में कहीं क्लास ले लेता हूँ. अदरवाइज आई ट्राई टू रिकॉर्ड एंड सेंड यू द लेक्चर. इस पे थोड़े बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स अच्छे वाले मैं आप लोग को करवा दूंगा. उसके बाद एक असाइनमेंट भेजूंगा. यू ट्राई टू कंप्लीट दैट असाइनमेंट एट एनी कॉस्ट. ओके. इलास्टिसिटी आता है आप लोग को?
Okay.
इलास्टिसिटी आता है बेटा? मैकेनिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ सॉलिड्स.
Yes, sir.
मैकेनिकल
Yes, sir.
सॉलिड्स आता है. तो व्हाट आई विल डू इज टुमारो आई विल सेंड यू वन असाइनमेंट ऑफ यूनिट्स एंड डायमेंशंस, इलास्टिसिटी, ग्रेविटेशन, करंट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड ड्यूअल नेचर एंड योर फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट. कल की क्लास में हम लोग विल ट्राई टू स्टार्ट विथ योर एटम्स. एटम्स और न्यूक्लियर फिजिक्स कंप्लीट करेंगे. ठीक है.
Okay, sir. Okay.
तो मॉर्निंग आवर्स में रख लेंगे बेटा क्लास. 10 o'clock वैसा कुछ रख लेंगे. आरएस वाला आइए
Done, sir.
देखिए मैं आपको भेज
Tomorrow.
दूंगा टुमारो.
Okay, sir.
ओके. चलो. टेक केयर बेटा. बाय.
Thank you, sir.